So Prabhuji, you beautifully narrated. In fact, I was about to ask this question, okay, how do you recognize? So as I said earlier, it is very easy. So you have got very beautiful examples કે ભાઈ WhatsAppમાં કોઈ એના મેસેજીસ આવે તો તરત ખબર પડી જાય, મીટિંગ્સમાં ખબર પડી જાય. I think that learnings will really help entrepreneurs to get along with their team members, work and have a balanced life even at home, even at businesses also. So could you just quickly tell us what are the strengths of each of these personalities or weaknesses with some examples to
I'll do that. But right now I have summarized it as 4 strengths, 4 weaknesses and 4 solutions for those weaknesses.
Brilliant.
Which personality I am? Type 3. You see the way I spoke? Right. How systematically?
Perfect melancholy, perfect analytics.
Exactly. So I am a type 1 and a type 3. Okay, I like to have fun, I like to talk a lot. And when I'm presenting, I'm also a type 3 because you can make out how systematically I like to speak.
Yes, I'm making that up.
Yeah. So strengths, 4 strengths, 4 weaknesses and 4 solutions to each of these weaknesses. Let's take type 1. Their first strength is they love to talk. Keep them in the front end, front desk, salespersons, putting your pitch. They are classy with that energy. That's their strength.
Right.
That same strength taken to an extreme becomes a weakness. કે લોકો એટલું બડબડ કરશે, ક્યારેક હાથ પકડીને રાખશે કે તો માણસ વયો ન જાય because they want to talk. So they need people because they are people's people. They like to talk, but when they talk too much, then people go away and then they become de-spirited. So the strength is talk.
Correct.
Weakness is talking too much. And the solution is every type 1 person needs to practice જેટલું બોલવું હોય ને એનું 50% બોલો.
I see.
So that is the handle. As soon as in your mind you realize કે 50% સુધી થઈ ગયું છે ને bite your tongue, because otherwise you might start losing people and your strength can become your weakness.
I see.
So you don't have to change in life. I said ના તમારું raw material already beautiful છે. તમને તમારા past life karmasથી, present life karmasથી God has blessed you with something fascinating and amazing. Now you just need to make sure કે તમારા weaknesses ન થઈ જાય જે તમારા strengths છે. Let's take the second strength of the type 1 personality. They have a lot of fans. એ લોકોના તમે WhatsApp group જોશો ને, hundreds and thousands. એ લોકોના contact list જોશો ને, so many contacts because they have a lot of fan circle around them. The weakness of that is they don't have close friends.
I see.
Because they are so much into fun, jumping from people to people. The tendency is that they don't have close friends in life. As life grows ahead, you need somebody with whom you can share your heart. You can't always live on a stage. So that becomes their weakness. એટલા બધા fans and એટલા બધા activities and એટલા બધા talking and એટલા બધા parties કે close friendship જે heart-ની heart છે ને એ લોકો ક્યારેક નથી કરી શકતા.
Meaningful relationship.
Beautiful. Meaning. હવે જો word meaningful is type 3. Type 1 માં meaningful છે જ નહીં કારણ કે ફન પર જ ભાગે છે ને.
Right.
તો એ એની weakness બની શકે અને એના માટે એનું solution શું છે? How to overcome that? They need to focus on developing relationship.
Right.
Force yourself to spend time with specific people because my gurus used to say that sometimes we communicate with people, with everyone in this world except for the person you're living with. Even when you're with that person, you're still on your WhatsApps, on your groups, on your messages. So spend some time communicating with one set of people. Then you will be forced to go deeper and develop meaningful relationships for life. So then you can get best of both worlds. You can have a fun-loving life,
right,
and you can have deep relationships also. એટલે તમારા weakness તમારો strength બની જશે.
Got it.
Let's talk about their third strength, which is again fun-loving. એ લોકો એટલા fun-loving છે કે એનો weakness is that they become forgetful. If they lose their keys, look in the fridge. એ લોકો ક્યાં ભૂલી જશે? They are so forgetful. મોલમાં જશે ને, ગાડી ક્યાં પાર્ક કરી છે કોઈ આઈડિયા જ નથી. ગાડી તો ભૂલી જાઓ, પોતાના છોકરાઓને ભૂલી જશે એ લોકો. They are so much into fun and seeing things that they are extremely forgetful. They'll forget people's names. They'll forget where they are going. વચ્ચે કઈ મજાની એક્ટિવિટી આવી ગઈ તો વયા જશે. લેટ લતીફ. અને લેટ આવશે ને, they will have an exciting story. Why I have come late? because they're fun loving, they'll create something exaggerating. So they need to overcome that by learning to write things down.
Okay.
So that will focus and that will force their mind to go from fun to also something which is meaningful and important in life.
Right.
નહીં તો પછી એ લોકો બહુ forgetful થઈ જશે. About their finances they have no idea. About their organization they have no idea. કારણ કે બધું ફનના નામ પર ચાલે છે. They are charming personalities. તો એ લોકો ચાર્મથી કામ કરાવી લેશે. But their organization will not have that legacy. કારણ કે પછી they will not have something to fall back upon. Let's talk about their fourth strength, which can become their weakness taken to an extreme, which is, they get things worked through volunteers. એ લોકોને પકડીને કામ કરાવશે. And like I said, they are charming, they are intelligent, બોલ બચન, so they can get things done. But because of that, things will remain disorganized. કારણ કે ફનમાં, chaoticમાં કામ તો થઈ જશે. Program will be successful. We had a great time. But that systematic organization will not happen, so you cannot duplicate that. So program will be great. That is their strength. The fun is there. But duplication nahi થાય without that same person. And in second time he પોતે પણ duplicate nahi કરી શકે કારણ કે એની પાસે system જ નથી. So simply volunteer based fun program will make them disorganized. And the solution, like you beautifully said, is learn to set systems. And if you don't know how to do it, borrow that energy from others. કારણ કે હવે તમે સમજી ગયા છો ને કે 4 વેરાયટીના પર્સનાલિટીઝ છે. આ 4 રો મટીરિયલ છે. ડોન્ટ અઝ્યુમ કે તમે સિસ્ટમ્સ પર્સન બની શકશો ઇફ યુ આર અ ટાઈપ 1. ગમે એટલું ટ્રાય કરશો કારણ કે ફન આવશે ને તો ભાગી જશો.
So you seek help from type 3 personalities.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And also from type 2 personalities.
Right.
Because type 2 personalities make the systems, type 3 personalities execute the systems.
Got it.
Let's talk about type 2 na strengths, weaknesses and solutions to their weaknesses. Type 2, correct? So type 1 નું આપણે શું acronym આપેલું? FT, fun loving and talkative. Type 2 એ લોકોનું આપણે શું acronym આપેલું?
PC,
personal computer જે foreign travel માં લઈ જઈએ. P is for productive, powerful and C is for control માં. So their first strength is they are productive, action oriented. એ જ વસ્તુ અગર એક્સ્ટ્રીમમાં વહી ગઈ ને, they become compulsive workers. Constant compulsive workers. And to overcome that weakness, they need to learn to relax. We are in this beautiful environment of a meditation room right now. This is a place for the type 2s to relax. You may have read in the newspapers that people in their 40s or late 40s or early 50s, they die. They are high potential people, high intensity, high value people in the world. But gymnasium ma, they could be cardiologists and doctors, but pote heart attack thi mari jai che. Why? They are all type 2 people. Compulsive workers, they don't know how to learn and relax. Learn to relax. So it's very important to get the best of both worlds. Because they are productive, they can become compulsive in their weaknesses. If they learn to relax, they'll get the best of both worlds.
Right.
Their second strength is their control. They can control themselves, control others fantastically. That control can become bossy. Weak people skills. કારણ કે કંટ્રોલ કરવું છે ને, તો people ને their relationship with people is work based or control based. તો એ જે deeper relationship છે heart નો, where they can see, because they are leaders, they need people. How can you lead unless you have people to lead?
Correct.
But when you only control people and get them to work, you will get them as much. But if you go into their hearts and bring their love out, then you will be a leader and not just a manager. એટલે type 2 person manager level પર અટકી જશે if they don't learn people skills. So that is the solution for this weakness of only being in control. Okay, learn people skills, learn empathy. It's difficult, it's challenging કારણ કે તમને work કરવું છે, but they are the fastest learners. તો એ લોકોને અગર ખબર પડી જશે ને કે આ empathy થી કામ વધારે fast થશે, લોકો વધારે motivated રહેશે, so they can learn empathy also very fast. As a great skill. Their third strength is that they are born leaders. And like I said, because they are born leaders, they can become bossy also. They can become bullies also. That's their weakness. And leading comes naturally to them.
Right.
But pachi extreme ma vayu gayu, so then they will try to bully and force people to follow them. So then to overcome that weakness, they need to learn to admit their faults. This is a little deep thing because leaders are very powerful. Type 2 people, they cannot admit faults. Even in their mind to themselves. They think they are almost always right. And guess what? They are. Guess what?
They are.
They are almost always right because they are so fast, they understand things, they take decisions. And if they make mistakes, if they learn to admit their mistakes, they will rise at a zenith of leadership. Because they are really powerful people, and then they can see, people will see their humility along with their power, and humility is the greatest power. Because it brings out, again, as I said, the depth of people's inspiration rather than following out of fear or out of favor. And then their last strength is the power to make decisions. Fatafat, they can make decisions very powerfully. But the issue is, because of that, their weakness could be they are less on emotions. આમ જોવા જઈએ તો એ લોકોનું સ્ટ્રેન્થ પણ છે કારણ કે if they are fully emotional અને આનું પણ વિચારે ને તેનું પણ વિચારે તો ડિસિઝન ક્યારે લે?
Right.
So they need to take decisions fast, but it can become weakness because they may not understand, especially type 3 and 4 na emotions. Because type 3 are sensitive people, આપણે જોશું અત્યારના. Type 4 are peace loving people. તો એમના emotions if they don't understand, then again as a people leader they will lose their people. So the solution is that again empathy skills thoda e loko
They need to hone their empathy skills.
Yeah, they need to work on their empathy skills, and they need to understand that this is not a waste of time. This is actually a gaining of time because they will get people also, and they will get people's deeper involvement in their activities. Because they are fast learners, they will catch it immediately. હવે third personality ની જોઈએ.
Right.
First personality is foreign travel, fun and talkative.
Correct.
Second is PC.
Correct.
Computers, productive and control. Third personality was
Perfectionist and analytical.
PA, perfectionist and analytical. એટલે એનું strength છે કે this personality is analytical. That is their strength. They can analyze things in brilliant ways. But each strength અગર extreme માં વયું ગયું they become depression prone. They are દુખી મને મેરે. એટલું analysis કરશે કે analysis કરતા they can go into a negative spiral. It can become their weakness. So therefore, they need to start looking for positives in life. That's the solution. They look for problems. That's why their strength is in quality control. કારણ કે they look for problems. એ લોકોને દેખાશે, પહેલા એ લોકોને problem દેખાશે type 3 ને. કારણ કે analysis કરે ને તરત ખબર પડી જશે problems શું છે. But taken to an extreme, in life if you're only looking for problems, that can have a toll on the emotional well-being,
right,
and they can become depression prone. So therefore the solution is look for positives also in life, along with all the analysis that you're doing.
Right.
Their second strength of type 3 personality is that they are excellent planners. In fact, that's what also becomes their weakness because their whole life is so planned to the T and to the second. એ લોકો અગર એક હોલિડે માટે જશે ને કે એ લોકોનું જે entrepreneurship નો પ્રોગ્રામ, everything is planned. થોડો plan આગળ પાછળ થશે, they will get a brain hemorrhage. Short circuit થઈ જશે. They will not be able to function only. They will need to replan the whole thing. So planning is their strength, but that becomes their weakness if they just don't know how to execute the plan. And it also becomes a weakness કારણ કે એ લોકો procrastinate પણ કરતા રહેશે કે plan ને perfect બનાવવામાં એટલો procrastinate કરશે કે plan પૂરો જ નહીં થાય. So then the solution for that weakness is that they need to be little flexible in life. They need to learn flexibility. But type 1 is fully flexible. એ લોકો ખાલી flexible જ છે. They need to learn organizing.
Right.
But type 3 need to learn flexibility. એટલે they can complement instead of conflicting with each other. Another beautiful strength of type 3 is detail. They have a love for detail. When I do this workshop in more detail, you will see how to deal with different personalities. जो type 2 cannot handle detail. એટલે if a type 3 is talking with a type 2, જે આપણે પ્રેક્ટિકલ એપ્લિકેશનમાં ડિસ્કસ કરશું, type 3 ડિટેલ કરે પણ પછી જસ્ટ 2-3 બુલેટ પોઈન્ટ્સ type 2 ને કેવું જોઈએ બસ. Otherwise the type 2 will go mad, saying આટલું ડિટેલ મને આપ્યું, get out, get lost. But type 3 loves the detail. Now that can become their weakness if they have unrealistic expectations of life or the activity. And એટલું ડિટેલમાં you can't expect perfectionist everywhere and in every situation. Then it's unrealistic. Then they're setting themselves up for disappointment and disaster. And therefore, they need to start seeing things little more optimistically, practically. કે કઈ વસ્તુ પોસિબલ છે ને કઈ વસ્તુ પોસિબલ નથી. બધું આઈડિયલિઝમના જીવનમાં જીવે ને, it's not going to be possible. This world is not always ideal for everyone. And they think કે બધાએ આઈડિયલ હોવું જોઈએ. My God, પોતે તો આઈડિયલિસ્ટિકમાં ફસાઈ ગયા છે અને પછી then they force that and expect others to do it. And if they are the leaders or if they are the parents, then the followers or the children, they have a challenging time in life. કારણ કે unrealistic expectations ને ideas માં એ લોકો જીવે છે. So they need to come down to grounding. Meditation is very important for type 3 people, very very important. Type 1 માટે meditation is important એનું fun balance કરવા માટે. Type 2 માટે એની life જ balance કરવા માટે, કારણ કે type 2 is only running.
Right.
So they need the peace. The type 3 need to learn meditation to overcome their thoughts, which give them like a cyclonic expectations sometimes. And then the last very interesting strength is their compassion. Type 3s are very compassionate people. પણ એ લોકોનું વીકનેસ કેવી રીતે થઈ જાય ખબર છે? They are self sacrificing. એ લોકો એટલું સેક્રિફાઈસ કરશે બીજા માટે કે they will completely give themselves up, and because they have expectation, they will expect કે સામેવાળો પણ મને આટલું બધું હેલ્પ કરે, રેસિપ્રોકેટ કરે. અરે પણ લોકોમાં દમ નથી તમારે જેટલું એનાલાઇઝ કરીને સેક્રિફાઈસ કરવા જેવું.
Right.
So their strengths can become
a beautiful analogy, Prabhuji. I think I'm really sinking into this personality types.
Able to see how things work and how people sacrifice themselves, and then they curse the people who they are sacrificing કે મેં તમારા માટે આટલું બધું કર્યું, તમે મારા માટે અરે પણ તમને કોણે પૂછેલું? You did because that was your nature, and you went from your strength to your weakness, from your compassion and your love. You went to your weakness of completely sacrificing and literally killing yourself over it. So how to overcome that weakness? Don't take things too personally. બધી વસ્તુ જીવનમાં આટલું બધું પર્સનલી લેવાની જરૂર નથી.
Right.
People have their own desires and actions and plans and hopes in life. કે બધું પર્સનલી કે એને મને આ કહી દીધું, that means he meant it. It's okay. Take life little bit lightly at least.
Right.
Let's go to type 4.
Of course.
Strengths, weaknesses, and how to overcome them. Great. Type 4 no first strength, they are easygoing. Simple people, peaceful people, relaxed people, easygoing in life. એ લોકોની strength છે. That becomes their weakness because they may not have any enthusiasm to do anything. એટલા easygoing છે કે they may lack enthusiasm in life. And એના માટે then to overcome that, the solution is they need to take initiative. કારણ કે they are talented people. They are not useless or lazy people. That can become their weakness. They can become lazy because they are easygoing. So if they, અને પણ talent બહુ છે. See, type 2 is a born leader. Type 4 is a reluctant leader. એ leader છે. પણ એ reluctant leader છે કારણ કે એને peace એટલી બધી જોઈએ છે. એની natural raw material છે કે he doesn't take initiatives. So if he takes initiatives, he could be excellent. કારણ કે એનો leadership skills પણ છે, control પણ છે અને સાથે peace. Can you imagine what a beautiful combination? Second strength છે એની patience, calm, cool personality. એ ક્યારે weakness બની જાય? When he dislikes change. કે એને એટલું patience જોઈએ છે જીવનમાં, એટલું કામ જોઈએ છે કે he cannot handle any change. અહીંયાથી ત્યાં બેસીને ત્યાંથી અહીંયા બેસવું હોય ને, he'll become uncomfortable. We'll require some time to get comfortable. So we can't become so patient and calm that we cannot handle any change. So the second strength of the type 4 personality is they are patient, calm, cool, collected. They just like to be in that space of their own. That can become a weakness because they dislike change. હવે એટલા કામ કુલ થઈ જાય તો any small change also it takes a long time for them to settle into life. So that weakness, if they need to overcome, then they need to learn to try something new. Every time if they try, see again I said type 1 they're constantly doing something new. Type 2s for production they're doing something new. For type 4s it is a new thing. પણ એ લોકો અગર પ્રેક્ટિસ કરશે ને તો એ લોકોની વીકનેસ એ લોકોની સ્ટ્રેન્થ બની જશે કે they will be able to handle change also and they will be able to do it in a cool, calm, collected manner. That would make them fabulous leaders.
Right.
Their third strength is they avoid conflicts.
Right.
ચાન્સ જ નથી. એ લોકો પહેલા જ સોરી કહી દેશે. એ લોકોને કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ જોતી જ નથી લાઈફમાં. So that's why they are the best team players. કારણ કે કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ જ નહીં કરે ને, બધાને સપોર્ટ કરતા રહેશે, કોઈને પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ આપતા નહીં રહે. They are in their own world of cool, calm, collectedness. But that strength can become a weakness because they cannot say a no. Because they don't want to have any conflict ne? So when job is given to them, they will say yes, but they will not do it. So then again they become unrealistic. So their strength of avoiding conflicts becomes a weakness when they don't learn how to say a no. Type 2 ને છે ને નો નાકની ઉપર બેઠું હોય એ સીધું નાક પાડી દે, નહીં કર્યું, because they take decisions very fast. પણ type 4 એને કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ જોતું નથી એટલે ના નહીં પાડે પણ કામ પણ નહીં કરે. Exactly. So therefore they need to learn, they need to practice to say no. તમે ગ્રુપમાં કરજો, જ્યારે આપણે આ વર્કશોપ ક્યારે કરશું ને, તમે જે type 4 personalities એ લોકોને તમે જસ્ટ કહેજો કે જસ્ટ સે નો. બોલી પણ નહીં શકે, મતલબ even if you request them in a normal situation they will have a tough time to say. So they need to practice to say no, and they need to be encouraged as children, as team members to be able to say no. તો એ લોકોને ખબર પડશે કે એ લોકોની capacity અને strength શું છે, and they will not create conflicts by artificially agreeing to things which they cannot do. And their fourth strength is they are excellent listeners. એટલે ટાઈપ 2 જેની જે બોસ કરે, જે બુલી કરે, જેની હાલત ખરાબ કરી નાખે, જેનો કચરો એનો કહેવાય ને ચટણી બનાવી નાખે, type 4s will take care of all those people. That's why they are fabulous team players. They'll take care of those people. They are good listeners. They'll solve their problems. But that becomes their weakness. કારણ કે they are personally, emotionally closed. They are listening. પણ એ લોકો પોતે પોતાના ઇમોશન્સ કોઈને કેસે શેર નહીં કરી શકે. એ લોકોનું છે ને લાઈફ, એ લોકોના ઇમોશન સિમ પર, આપણું ઘરમાં શું ચૂલો હોય ને, સિમ પર હોય તો કેમ આટલો નાનો, સો અંદર બોઇલ થતો રહે, બીકોઝ દે ડોન્ટ શેર. પણ એક વાર વર્ષમાં એ કુકર ફાટે, અને જ્યારે એ કુકર ફાટે ને, that time the type 2 also will run away. But that is not the best way to live life. That is a weakness. એટલે લોકો શેર કરતા રહે ને, so then their heart also becomes more easygoing, just like their life is easygoing. So they need to learn to communicate their feelings in all situations of life. So that's in short. It's a long detailed thing. But in short, these are their strengths, these are their weaknesses, and this is how they can overcome their weaknesses.
Oh, this is brilliant. I think all the strengths, weaknesses, and with practical examples, I think I don't have any questions on understanding the personality type, understanding the strengths, and how you can also overcome your weaknesses with the practical examples that you are sharing. I think thank you very much for that very insightful and very practical tools to implement what we are learning right now. So thank you so much for that.
My honor and joy.
So I think so do you want to touch base on emotional needs, or we want to keep it?
Yeah. Now see, this emotional needs is a huge topic in itself. It's a huge topic because we're talking about the emotional needs of people. આપણે જેટલું ડિસ્કસ કર્યું એટલું જ છે. So it's like an entire session. I think let's at least touch base upon it થોડું.
Okay.
So that
we'll be happy to listen.
I don't know how to just summarize everything in such a short time. I'll definitely do my best because I want to serve you all and your audiences as best as I can. So we have acronyms for all these 4 personalities. Type 1 niche hai, there are 5 A's. For example, their emotional needs are attention, approval, affection, acceptance, activity. આ એ લોકોની emotional needs છે. So if you don't give it to them within your team. If you are the entrepreneur, if you don't get these emotional needs fulfilled, your self-love and shared love will struggle. And even if you become a spiritual person and as a monk in the ashram, your supreme love will struggle. So I have personal experience of this as my swabhava and my swarupa, that this has helped me in my spiritual life also, in terms of, because I'm a counselor, I do so much counseling, conflict resolution, taking care of people. So this helps me in taking care of people because they understand that this is their emotional need, and when it's fulfilled, then they can function happily from within.
Right.
You know that famous story of those few children who saw a balloon seller, and from time to time the balloon seller would send out એક white color નું balloon, એક red color નું balloon. તો એક નાનકડી છોકરી જઈને એને પૂછ્યું કે અંકલ આ પિંક કલર નું balloon પણ ફ્લાય થશે? તો એને કીધું આ કલર ઉપર ડિપેન્ડન્ટ નથી, એની અંદર જે હવા છે ને એના કારણે એ ફ્લાય થાય છે. So when the emotions are satisfied, then the raw material, their personality types, their temperaments will just, it will become easier for them to work from their strengths. નહીં તો એ લોકોના વીકનેસ થી જ કામ કરતા રહેશે એ લોકો. Type 2 personalities, they have 5 C's as their emotional needs.
Okay.
I would love to elaborate on all of these, but right now I'm just giving you in short.
Sure.
First emotional need is control. Control તો એ લોકોને જુએ છે. They cannot function without control. That is their oxygen. They need credit and appreciation for what they have done. જો type 1 લોકોને છે ને, they need appreciation. કાંઈ પણ appreciation, flattery કરશો તો એ ચાલશે. એ લોકોને ઇમોશનલ નીડ સેટિસ્ફાય થશે, ઉડવા લાગશે. But type 2s, they need appreciation and credit for what they have done because they are doers.
So you are very explicit in mentioning કે તમે આ કર્યું એના કારણે we are appreciating.
Brilliant, you got it. એમને appreciate કરશો ને ઉડાવી દેશે. They would not like it at all. Emotional need fulfill નહીં થાય. Third C is commitment and loyalty. Very important. Commitment, they are friends and enemies. They don't see gray area. Either you are loyal or you are enemy. Yes or no. કારણ કે લીડર છે ને, how they will function અગર gray areas માં constantly જીવવું પડે તો. Next is they need a chance for leadership. ઘરમાં પણ બચ્ચાઓ હોય, even if they are your assistants, they need a chance for leadership. તો એ લોકોના એન્વાયરમેન્ટમાં એ લોકોને લીડરશિપ આપવાનું. નહીં તો એ લોકો પછી લીડરશિપ ખેંચી લેશે, કારણ કે ઇમોશનલ નીડ છે ને, અને પછી એ જે લીડર છે એને તકલીફ આપતા રહેશે, because they have lot of power, they are born leaders. તો એ લોકોના એન્વાયરમેન્ટમાં એક લીડરશિપ નો ચાન્સ આપી દીધો, the fourth C, then they will become very happy and satisfied with that. You know, and the fifth C is you need to give them charge for taking action or taking some family decisions or whatever decisions in the area. So એ લોકોને decision લેવા માટે એક charge from time to time you need to give them. Type 3s, they are special people because they are the classiest of all four. They are the most high maintenance people. They have very interesting emotional needs. 5S. First emotional need is sensitivity. Second is space. Third is silence. Fourth is support, and fifth is stability. Interesting કેમ છે? કારણ કે they need very sensitivity અને space માટે you don't need too many people. Space જોઈએ ને, silence માટે પણ you need, but they also need support.
Right.
કારણ કે ખાલી સ્પેસ અને સાયલન્સ મળશે ને તો એ નેગેટિવ સ્પાઇરલમાં જઈને ડિપ્રેશનમાં વયા જશે.
Right.
So they need support. But if they get too much support, તો પછી એ લોકોનું સ્પેસ અને સાયલન્સ હોઈ જશે. That's why they are high maintenance people. You need to be very careful. So the way to જો આ ચારેયના છે ને સ્ટ્રેસ મેનેજમેન્ટ અને સ્ટ્રેસ કોપિંગ સિસ્ટમ્સ અલગ અલગ છે. ટાઈપ 1 ને અગર સ્ટ્રેસ કોપ કરવું હોય ને, they just need to go out and have some fun. They need to take a break, go for a walk, talk a little bit. Their stress will be managed. They'll feel very happy. Type 2 ne stress manage karu hoy, they need a challenge. They will go searching for some challenge and they will like powerfully handle that problem. એ લોકોનો સ્ટ્રેસ હોય જશે. Type 3s ને અગર સ્ટ્રેસ ચેલેન્જ મેનેજ કરવો હોય, કોપ કરવું હોય, તો they need somebody to hear them out. Not somebody to tell them, come on, motivation talk, have fun, this, that. એ જોઈને એ વધારે ડિપ્રેસ થઈ જશે. Because they need somebody to understand their thoughts, their analysis, without giving them any solutions, without pitying them.
Without any judgments.
Exactly. हाँ कि पीट के जजमेंट नहीं करे कि बाबा why are you so fallen or so pitiful like that. Just hear them out, hear their analysis. They'll beautifully start blossoming automatically because they are the most beautiful flowers.
Right.
All beauty, knowledge, બધું type 3 થી આવશે because they are the classiest, But maintenance માટે they need somebody to hear them out. And type 4 personalities, they have 5 P's. Peace and relaxation as their emotional need. Praise and attention. Positive self-worth and respect. Pure loving motivation and patience in dealings with them. આ important છે. કારણ કે they need praise for what they are. See, type 2 need praise for what they do. Type 1 need praise for anything. कुछ भी चलेगा because they just want to fly and have fun. Type 4s needs praise for how they bring the team together, how they are very, their self-worth and their respect for how comforting and supporting role that they play. That is also very important in every organization. Or pure loving motivation. એ લોકોને બહુ important છે loving motivation. તમે એમ લોકોને motivation, you cannot give them motivation through threats. You cannot give them motivation through carrot. કે 10 લોકો તમારી આગળ છે, come on, એ type 2 will fight. Type 2 will say કે મારી પાછળ 20 લોકો છે, શાંતિ. But you can give them loving motivation કે તમારામાં capacity છે. They are reluctant leaders. તો એ લોકોમાં actual capacity છે, પણ lovingly motivate કરીએ ને અને praise કરતા રહીએ with peace, with patience, they can become fantastic personalities. એ લોકોની strength just grow થશે. So in short, I've given you their emotional needs which will touch their hearts and help them to create an environment by which they can work on their strengths. Without these emotional needs, they will land up in their weaknesses.
I think greatly narrated, Prabhuji. So what has happened in a lot of industries that most of the business houses have their second or third generations joining the business.
Okay.
Currently. Now, suppose I have some practical question. I have this practical question which comes in my mind. Suppose the first generation is, say, type 2. They are productive, they are very controlled. And the second generation comes in to take the legacy forward. And he or she may not be type 2 personality. Assuming.
Okay.
So how does that first generation versus second generation relationship should evolve, or what kind of a practical advice you will give to such scenario where the business must flourish in whatever circumstances, whatever the personality comes as a second generation to take the legacy forward. So what are the kind of pros and cons, and if you can just elaborate on that?
So I will answer from 2 perspectives. Actually, there are many more, at least 2 perspectives. First perspective is a little spiritual perspective, that when we are grateful for what we have received, then we will not be a great fool for what we have received. I hope you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. If we have, because the first generation may have started from say 10x and they may have reached 100x.
Right.
You have got the facility to start from 100x.
Right.
So it's also the blessings of our superiors, the blessings of the divine that brings the positive energy. So that's the spiritual part. Recognizing the mercy, the compassion, the blessings of what we have been given. Otherwise, we tend to take things for granted. When you're born with a silver spoon, you think you already deserve it. And when you don't, that which you don't use, you lose. That which you don't appreciate, depreciates. That's the law of life,
Yes.
So from the spiritual perspective, we need to build gratitude in our heart every day as a life skill, as a life practice, as a life experience, rather than something that you do once in a while on a special day of a puja or a Diwali or a Holi or a Ramzan. It just needs to vibrate from every pore of your body, every cell of your body, where you are a person of gratitude, so you attract a lot of positivity. So that's the spiritual part.
Right.
Now, as far as the legacy is concerned, because you said the original leaders could be type 2s, born leaders, productive people, they've done a lot of stuff, they've achieved a lot in life. and the next generation could be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Correct.
So first they begin with gratitude to build that positive energy, to be thankful for what they have been gifted. And the second thing is that they need to recognize how to deal with different personalities. If they are a type 2, then they will naturally start, taking decisions, and if they have built their positivity through gratitude, love and compassion, then they will not work on their weaknesses, but they will actually grow the businesses or the entrepreneurship or the whatever field that they have been blessed with or given. If they are type 1, 3 or 4s, there are many organizations that you can see, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, even political parties. Their leaders are type 4s, reluctant leaders. Okay, or type 1s, they will just do give long speeches, meet a lot of people. They're not actually functioning and getting things done. It happens even in emperors. If you see the histories, that generally the type 4 or maybe sometimes the type 3 emperors are the ones who are the last ones in their legacy, because they have not taken charge. So at such times, if they know their strengths and weaknesses, rather than wasting their entire life energy trying to change who they are, if they can borrow those energies from people who have those energies. Like, to be honest with you, you are a type 2, you are a type 1. We had this discussion in the morning.
Right.
I am a type 1 and a type 3. So we had a lot of fun discussing.
Right.
I can feel the vibe. I'm feeling so comfortable talking to you today.
Right.
But because you're a type 2 also, I told you, I will just follow your energy. You take charge, you get things done, you ask your questions, and as a type 3, I'll do my analysis and I'll give you whatever I have studied and I have learned. So how beautifully we have interacted and we have used each other's strengths to bring the best out of each other.
Correct.
So similarly, the next generation, if they understand what their personality type is, what their team's personality types are, and they're extremely grateful for what they've got and grateful for what people are contributing in their lives, wow! They can truly take things to the next level, way beyond their imagination, and then bless the planet, share their love and compassion with others, and get the best of the 3 loves: self-love, shared love, and supreme love.
Brilliant. So I think first step is analyzing, and then whatever the weaknesses that they can recruit and hire the persons who are complementing energies or complementing personalities,
Yes.
so that their business legacy gets continued on from say 100x to probably 10,000x or 1,000x.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because the type 1, they will need to, for the fun, for the joy, for the happiness, for the positivity, they can engage them in that. The type 2s, they can engage in organizing things, creating the systems, overlooking the systems, giving them some leadership roles.
Awesome.
The type 3s can do all the quality control and all the detail-oriented tasks in the research. And the type 4 can keep the teams together. They can do the back-end jobs. They are so pakka at doing the back-end job. They'll just keep on doing very steadily.
Super. So I think thank you very much, Prabhuji, for coming all the way to Ahmedabad from Mumbai. And we are really thankful to you for joining us at Gujarat Chamber of Commerce for Gujarat Udyog Jagat Ni Charcha. And personally, I have a lot of takeaways, and I'm definitely going to analyze from just after this session only. I will be starting analyzing the personalities and how it can bring meaningful change, meaningful progress in my professional or personal life. So again, thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you for your time. So thank you very much. We are really looking forward to have you all join this conversation with Prem Nidhi Das, who has spoken beautifully on entrepreneurship and personality type. So we're really looking forward to join in this conversation.